Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. There are two steps in the transfer of knowledge and conversion of the knowledge into experience. These two stages or steps, if they are clearly understood, then there are no questions, there is no doubt. If there are questions and doubts, that means we have not correctly understood. So what are the two stages? First, what we think we are and what we in reality are has to be clearly demarcated. First step. So we think we are the body, we think we are the prana, etc. So the first three verses tell us that correct your wrong notion. Aho niranjana shanto bodhoham prakrutehe paraha etavantamaham kalam mohe naiva vidambitaha. I was having this wrong notion that I am this body and I wanted the past to be brought in the present and the present should be maintained in the future. This delusion has really made a fool of me. In reality, I am bodhoham. I am the immaculate, undivided, absolute, conscious, blissful being. Thereafter, in the next 2-3 verses, the teacher has focused our attention on what we are in essence. So, either I am the whole world or I am nothing. Not halfway. Something is mine, something is not mine. That is not the right way. Then the third step taken was that sa shariro aham vishwam parityajya maya aduna. From the body onwards, the whole objective world is now rejected, and that which cannot be rejected is me is clearly recognized. After this is called as the process of vyatireka, negation, what I am not. See, to understand it, the examples given that the ornaments are not the name and the form and the utility. Ornaments are essentially gold. The pots are essentially clay, not the name and the form and the utility. These three things, if we delete from our understanding, a lot of clarity will come. Because what is samsara? Samsara is giving value and importance to the name, the form and the utility. Therefore, many people ask this question. Suppose I come to realize that I am Brahman. What is the use? See, utility is required only in the finite. In the infinite, there is no utility. See, total space. What is utility? No utility. House space. I think in that corner, if I fix one hook, I can hang myself. Wherever there is finite, there is utility attached. See? So, ornaments are essentially gold. If you remove the gold from the name and the form and the utility, then we can recognize the ornament. Similarly, if we remove the name and the form and the utility from the pot, what is remaining is the clay. This is way of thinking is called as the vyatireka. What appears but what is not, that negation through the process of proper inquiry is called as Vyatireka. Then the next step comes. That all that we see, hear, smell, taste, touch, etc. is nothing but Paramatma. See? And this will be clear only if we have this understanding. Like, I was talking somewhere on this topic, and this example I had given about the clay. From that time onward, I stopped giving this example of clay. Because whenever I remember this thing, I feel very, very hilarious. The example was, if you remove the clay from the pot, what remains? One elderly gentleman said, clean pot. So I was clean bowled. Because when the clay is removed, clean pot will remain. So he is unable to comprehend this approach. From this time onward, he said, no potty. See? So, after having negated, then is it that nothing remains? See, if the name and the form of the ornaments is removed, is it that nothing remains? No. The substratum, the gold remains. So, to focus our attention on the gold, first of all, names and the forms which are attracting our attention, that is rejected. See? And that which cannot be rejected is you. So, the first three verses gave us this. Now, thereafter. Yathana to yato bhinnas taranga phena budbudaha atmanona tatha bhinnam vishvatma vishvamatma vinargatam. Yatha, just as taranga phena budbudaha na toyataha bhinnaha, as the waves, the ripples, the bubbles, the surf, they are not separate from the water. So when we are talking, be very attentive. When we are talking about the ripples, we talk about the bubbles. In fact, we are talking about the water. See? We may say names and forms, but what we are really referring to is the gold. If this is clear, then the teacher says, Tatha, in the same manner, Atmanaha Vishwam na bhinnam. Other than the self, the world has no existence. Now see, anything you take in this world, inert objects exist, living being exist, movement exists, stagnation exists, wisdom exists, foolishness exists. Everything is recognized as existence. Absence also exists. See? So if our attention is on the existence, our experience will be different. And if our attention is on the differences, our experience will be different. For example, I am looking at this book exists. Then the camera exists. Why they are two? Because in between them there is no book. There is no camera. So, between these two objects, there is absence of the two objects. But this absence is illumined by someone who is present. Therefore, that which is present even in the absence, which can never be negated. See? Therefore, when our attention is on the differences, we are in the samsara. When our attention is on the common substratum, we are on the right track. But normally what happens? We go on focusing attention on the differences. See? Therefore here the teacher says, as the bubbles, the ripples, etc., they are not separate other than the waters. So the water itself is called as by different names. The gold itself is called as the wedding ring, the nose ring, the ear ring, the throat ring. See? Suffering. That is what they say. Marriage is 3-ring circus. First is the engagement ring, then there is a wedding ring, and then there is a suffering. It continues. So all these names only create differences. Therefore, Atmanaha na tatha bhinnam vishvam atmam vinirgatam. So this whole world is nothing but the same Paramatma appearing with different names and forms. See? When the water is called by different names, it is something like calling names to somebody. When you call names to somebody, see, you dumb, we are called a name. So will the dumb keep quiet? He'll come and you dumb. Why did you abuse me? But I called you dumb, I am not dumb. In the same manner, we are looking at Paramatma, but to that Paramatma we have called names. Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. So whenever we abuse somebody, we qualify for suffering. In the same manner, when you look at the world as Paramatma, your experience will be different. But when you look at the Paramatma as the world, your experience will be different. See? This is what the teacher tells. That change your focal length. Then you will come to know that this whole world is nothing but our own presence. That everything is recognized as existing. Tantu matro bhavedeva pato yadvad vicharataha atmatan matrame vedam tadvad vishvam vicharitam. Pataha yadvad tantu matraha bhaved vicharataha. When you inquire properly, then we come to know the cloth is nothing but the thread or the fibers. In the same manner, idam vishvam vicharitam. When we inquire about this world is nothing but the absolute self, because without the self, the world cannot exist. Now take one or two examples to understand this point. See, wherever I is, that only is valuable for us. Where I is not involved, it makes no interest to us. Now this you can see among the people. One mother is talking about her child. Swamiji, my child is so intelligent, he asks too many questions. Actually, the child should be stupid because he is asking questions. Intelligent people don't ask questions. They answer questions. So, but the mother is talking about the glory of her child. He is so nice, he is so intelligent. He is intelligent like me. So she goes on. The other lady who is sitting there, do you think she will keep quiet? First of all, she will cut her tongue. Chup. My grandson, I tell you, Swamiji, see, where I is not involved, we are not interested. This is the foundation of all thinking. See, old people, they talk about their past because the I was there. जब हम छोटे थे, when I was child, Don't talk nonsense. Why? You were not only childish then, now also you are childish. See? And therefore, when old people talk about their past, they get so fully involved because I was there. And the youngsters, they are not interested because they are not there. Get this point. So, what is the foundation of thinking? Thinking is valuable, meaningful only if I is present. See, if I is not there, nothing exists. Now take this thought further. When I die, what will happen to my wife? See, if I is not there, my wife doesn't exist. See, if I is not there, my property doesn't exist. So everything is possible only if I is there. See, friend. Then the next step comes. Who is this I? Husband, wife, brother, sister, mother, father, in-law. Who is this I? Body, prana, mind. And when we inquire, we will come to know that there are three I's. One I is the secondary I, second I is the illusory I, and the third is the actual I. Here in Ashtavakra, we are talking about the actual I and not the illusory I, the mithyatma, and the secondary I, the gaunatma. So the mithyatma, the illusory I is I am body. I am body means because of body I exist, or because of me the body is existing. See, because of me the husband is existing, or because of the husband the man is existing. Think. When the man thinks that I am existing because of the husband, because if my wife is not there, who will give me a toothbrush in the morning? Then he will suffer. And if the man comes to know that no, man is the reality, husband is the secondary one, not the real one, then who is miserable in this world? These secondary eyes are miserable. The mithyatma is miserable. The mukhyatma, the primary self, is never miserable because he eliminates both the joy and the sorrows. See, friends, therefore it is extremely necessary for us to understand when we are functioning in this world, be extremely aware as to what I am functioning in this world as. Am I functioning as a friend or an enemy? Am I functioning at the emotional level? Am I functioning as the wise one or the otherwise one? When we remain aware, we will come to know that whenever we are miserable, it was the secondary I. See? Whenever we are miserable, it was the mithyatma, the illusory I. So if the body is fat, then I am fat. If the body is old, I am old. But this I, which is supporting both the illusory I and the secondary I, never suffers any one of them. In this manner, vicharataha, when we inquire properly, we come to know that the cloth is nothing but the thread. In the same manner, this world is nothing but the self. If I is not there, the world cannot exist. See, friends. And this which is the very foundation, this we always are indifferent to. So, tadvat atma tanmatram eva idam vishwam. This whole world is nothing but this absolute self. Come to cognize this. Now see, simply it is not a word translation. If this, we really mean this, what will happen? See? Be very attentive. First I. all the time living for I. Then second, I and my wife. So this I is now diluted 50%. Then I and my wife and my children. Further dilution. And when this I gets diluted to such an extent that it includes everything and being, then the principle of homeopathy will be understood. You know the principle of homeopathy? The principle of homeopathy is the medicine is diluted to such an extent that by any chemical process you cannot find out the contents and the intensity of the medicine in their sabudana. You cannot find out. Yet it is effective. So when the I is concentrated, then it is an ego. When the I is diluted to such an extent that everything is included, be very attentive. We never have the desire for that which is I. I have desire for Subhaj's laptop. अच्छा है. I cannot have desire for my camera. It's already mine. When the whole world is included in the definition of I, desires will disappear. Number one. Number two, we love ourselves the most. How we love ourselves the most? If you don't believe, go and stand before the mirror. I am 79, so what? Yet, my eyes are better. See? Anything which is recognized as I, we naturally love. So when this whole world is recognized, Atma Tanmatrame Vedam Vishwam, this whole world is nothing but the self, our love for the world will be natural. In this natural love, we don't fall. In the unnatural love, we fall. Whenever we fall in love, we get hurt. See, the other day, one young boy and girl came in Bombay. Swami, we wanted blessing. We both of us have fallen in love. So I got up and extended my, pity for them. Please get up. Where did you get hurt? No, Swami, we have fallen in love. Naturally, when you fall, you get hurt. No, but we are not hurt. Maybe not now. All those who have fallen in love, they definitely get hurt. I guarantee you. See? And where the love happens, they don't get hurt. See? When the marriages are fixed, those marriages are fixed without love. And then when they stay together, they understand each other. And slowly, slowly, their love happens. And therefore, there are no chances of separation. Nobody gets hurt. But when they fall in love, then hurting begins. See, friends. Therefore, when we artificially try to be goody-goody, it can never last long. See, friends. Therefore, I remember our Swami Akhandanji once told, we were together somewhere, and I said, Maharaji, I had to go for my lectures. He said, go, but remember one thing, if you have got Advaita Nishtha, if you are abiding in the absolute non-dual self, you cannot do Dharma Prachar. If you want to run a mission, you have to discard this principle and then start talking fake. See, God is everywhere except in that person. God is only in my Guru. In other people's Guru, my God is not there. My God is limited. He is suffering from guraitis. And this is how we start seeing the Guru as a person. See friends, this word you must have chanted 1,000 times. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahma. The meaning given by Gurus like us is totally wrong. The real meaning is, Brahmaji is your Guru, Vishnu Bhagwan is your Guru, Shivji is your Guru, Paramatma is your Guru. In this manner, the same Paramatma is your Guru and he can reach you through any channel. See? The ocean can become a wave. The wave can never become an ocean. See, friends, if this knowledge is clear, we will not get divided on the basis of as if there are less number of problems in our world. Therefore, one more problem, my Guru versus your Guru. Ram, Ram, kaho. See, friends. Therefore, Dattatreya Bhagwan talks about 24 gurus, not one. Daridri people have got only one chaddi. Why there should be poverty? See, friends. And when we start seeing that divine principle in everything and being, then we are walking the path according to Vedanta. See, friends, Vivek Chudamani, if you read toward the end, the teacher having given the instructions, clearly it is mentioned. Thereafter, the teacher went his way and the student went his way. Not holding on with a lead. Kahan jata hai? See, it is bondage or freedom. Therefore, Atma Tanmatrame Vedam Tadvad Vishwam Vicharitam. And this can happen only Vicharitam if we properly inquire. See, Bhagavad Gita tells, Na rupamasseha tathopalabhyate nanto na chadir na cha sampratishtha. When the world is described as Urdhva Moolamadaschakam Ashwatham Prahuravayam, and thereafter the teacher says, Narupamasseha tathopalabhyate. This world, what it appears, is not so vicharakale. When you inquire, rupatasya na ihalabhyate. The moment you inquire about this world, then we come to know that this world is nothing but Paramatma. See? Urdhva Moolamadaschakam Ashwatham Ahu Avyayam. This Avyaya Tattva, Yastam Veda, he who knows this reality, that the Paramatma alone is appearing in the form of the world, he alone has understood. Otherwise, it is a total wrong understanding. Therefore, Yatha eva ikshurase klupta tena vyaptaiva sharkara tatha vishwam mai kluptam maya vyaptam nirantaram. See? We cannot see the sugar in the sugar cane, but the sugar cane is totally permeated by the sugar and the sugar is the essence of the sugar cane. In the same manner, this Paramatma is the essence of my being, although what is seen is only the body and the Panchakoshas. See, friends. Cause, be very attentive. Cause can never be known without the reference of the effect. Whether there is electricity in the socket or not, how will you know? So we fix a bulb. But I don't have a bulb. Fix your fingers. You will directly come to realize. After you have come to realize there is electricity, now explain what the electricity is like. Try to explain. All that we can explain is in terms of our earlier method of knowledge gathering, through the sense organs, through the mind, through the intellect. electrical energy is neither having the attributes like the smell, taste, touch, etc., nor having the feeling like emotions, nor it is having a concept which is caught by the intellect. That which is beyond all of them can never be spoken of. Therefore, this world is the effect, and from this world alone we can reach the absolute. So how do we reach the absolute? Discard the effect aspect. Discard the name and the form of the utility. What remains is the gold. In the same manner, when the sense organs, the mind and the intellect, when they are discarded, what remains and which cannot be discarded, that is you. And this is what we every day do. Because when the sleep experience happens, in that sleep experience, not only the Panchakoshas are rejected, but even the I who wanted to sleep is also rejected. And we come to a point, aheyam, that which cannot be rejected is our essential being. So, just like the sugar remains hidden in the sugar cane, in the same manner, the Paramatma, the Self, I, is hidden in the multiplicity of the names and the forms. Now try to understand this hiding means what. The ocean is hidden by the waves. Second, the water is hidden by the ocean. How can we say like that? Now see, don't we ask? The other day we were somewhere near Goa in Gokarna. So we went to take bath in the sea. So I removed my thing, then only with a Ch-2 I was going. So my friend said, Swamiji, you are directly going in the sea. Suppose it is, if the water is very deep in the sea. I said, you are talking to a Vedanti in a wrong language. What happened? Water is not deep in the sea. Because water is not in the sea, but the sea is in the water. Water is not in the sea. But what we say? That the water is deep in the sea, as if sea is something other than the water. So, on the water, we have superimposed sea. And on the sea, we have superimposed waves. And on the water, thereafter, we have superimposed sea the cause and waves the effect. But are the effect and the waves and the ocean other than the water? So when we are surfing on the waves, we are surfing on the waters. When we jump into the sea, we are jumping into the water. So what we have done, the same water is abused in three different ways. One as waves, second as ocean, and third as cause and effect. See, friends. Therefore, this whole world is a gateway through which the divine can be reached. Like the socket is the gateway through which the electrical energy can be reached. So when we look at the socket, we are reminded of the electrical energy. Similarly, when we look at the world, yatra yatra mano yati tatra tatra samadhaya. For whom? Vicharataha. He who has inquired properly. Tulsidaji says, Kami hi priya jimi, lobhi hi priya jimidam. Like a greedy person sees money everywhere. He can never think about anything. See, once I went somewhere in some temple on a mountain area, so very few people, very calm and quiet. So I went and sat there. Very nice feeling. Afterwards, my friend was there, a Tamilian friend. He asked me, he said, Swamiji, how many people must be coming to this temple? I said, I don't know. But then how they can be running this temple? If there are not many people coming, there will be less money coming. I said, it is not your fault. You are a chartered accountant. So a chartered accountant can never think about God. He will do the account of the Bhagwan. Kitna paap, kitna punya. So, how we have trained our mind? If we have trained our mind to see the divine presence, initially, training our mind without knowledge to see divinity in everything and being is the path of devotion. And after this training has matured, then we come to realize that Isha Vasamidam Sarvam Yat Kincha Jagatyam Jagat, then it is wisdom, then it is Vedanta. Therefore, knowledge and devotion, they are the same, they are not different. Both of them indicate the same reality. So, in this world of names and forms, I am as if hidden. Tatha Vishwam Mai Kluptam Maya Vyaptam Nirantaram. That is why if I am not there, my world doesn't exist. When I am there, then my husband, my wife, my children, my property, my religion, my guru, my everything. If I is not there, everything is. See, friends, if we get this click by God's grace, see, therefore it was told, Ishvaranugrahat eva pumsam advaita vasana. But if we want something in this world, by going to the temple, we go to the temple, oh God, kindly note down. And then we have got a very big list. So the God becomes the means and the world becomes the goal. What should be? Our daily life should be the means and the God should be the goal of life. See, friends. Therefore, Atma ajnanat jagat bhati, Atma jnanat na bhasate, Rajju ajnanat ahir bhati, Tad jnanat bhasate nahi. Atma ajnanat jagat bhati. Because of the incomplete understanding about the self, the world appears. See, this word I am again and again emphasizing. Ajnana, ignorance, does not mean absence of knowledge. Knowledge can never be absent. See? I know waking. I know dream. I know deep sleep. I know samadhi. So this I, the knowledge, can never be absent. When I am asked, do you know English? Yes, I know. Very good. Do you know Tamil? No, I don't know. Since when you don't know? I don't know. But I know that I don't know. So this knowledge can never be absent. So when the word ajnana is used, ignorance, so what is the meaning of ignorance? Ignorance means incomplete knowledge. Atma ajnanat. When I have recognized myself to be only husband and nothing else, so I have incomplete understanding about myself, then such a person will be one young boy in his late 20s. He came to meet me. Swamiji, I want some time from you. I said, I don't have time. I never give time to anyone. Please, I have got some problem. I said, before you tell me problem, you answer my question. What is the question? Are you married? He said, no, my face is like that. So when I understand that I am husband only and nothing beyond it, my whole life will be a miserable existence. But if I understand that I am playing the role of husband, I am not the real husband. Really, I am man. Just see how simple it is. So, man is Brahman and husband is Jiva. Get this point. When you remove the man from the husband cannot exist. But if by God's grace my wife died, everything happens by God's grace. My wife died. When my wife died, then where the husband has gone? See, think about it. When we delete the data, where the data, does it come out? Kahan gir gaya? No. It is not. Yet it appears. In the same manner, Atma Ajnanat, when I have mistaken understanding about my being, then Jagat Bhati, be very attentive. What is the meaning of world? W-O-R-L-D, world. Be very attentive. World does not mean husband, wife, children and the countries and the people. No, that is not world. World means, in simple language I will tell you, world means a sense of otherness is the world. In the deep sleep, there is no sense of otherness. And when there is no sense of otherness, there is no desire. Desire always happens about something which is other than the self. If there is no sense of otherness, there cannot be desire. If there is no sense of otherness, there cannot be sense of incompleteness. See? A young boy, happy, starts looking at the girl and goes ahead, no problem is born. He looks at the girl and starts spinning. Why she has to come at this very moment only here? There must be some divine will. See? And then he goes to her. I want to marry you. Why you want to marry me? No, I love you. What is that you are seeing in me that you love me? I like your hair. They are so beautiful. Like the choir robes. So she takes out. Take. Love gone. Friends, in such love we fall. Therefore, Atma Ajnana Jagat Bhati, when the understanding about the self is incomplete, what is incomplete understanding? I am this body alone. The world is other than me. Because of this body, this illusion of in and out is created. We all have this notion that I am inside the body and the world is outside the body. When we are in deep sleep, body identification is zero. That time we are neither inside the house or outside the house. We are neither inside Australia nor outside Australia. So where from the concept of in and out begins, the moment we are identified with the body. See, friends, Atma Ajnanat. And when the definition of I, Atma, the self, includes everything and excludes nothing, see, then the world disappears. See? Therefore, Atma Jnanat ahir Jagat Bhati, Atma Jnanat na bhasate. And when we come to understand the correct meaning of the self, see, take this way. One man, with the conditioning of his father, he has become a son. Then the same man, with the conditioning of his wife, he has become the husband. The same man with the conditioning of his children, he has become the father. So out of one man, 3 personalities are born and all the 3 are miserable. Man is never miserable. Husband is never happy. So who is miserable? The one who is not. Husband is not a solid reality. It is a virtual reality. But this husband start thinking that I am husband, absolute reality. There was one husband and wife. And Rajasthani. So the boy, when he got married, his friends told, look here, you have to keep your wife under your foot from day one. Otherwise, she will ride on your head. Then what is should be done? Don't talk to her that language of love and all that. Honey, no. All the time scold her. Get me water, otherwise she will get on. Maintain a tension level. Then only there will be music of life. So he tried for everything. Where is my food? Otherwise, he started trembling. The moment he talks, he started trembling. For everything, the same formula. Where are my clothes? Otherwise, no, your clothes are. One day she was busy doing some work, and this fellow got up, wanted to take bath. Again shouted, where is hot water? I want to take bath. Otherwise. Now she was thinking, what is it? She said, otherwise what? So he said, I'll take cold water bath. When she was taking that illusion as husband as real, she was frightened. When she has understood husband is not a frightening thing, it is the sheep. In the same manner, this world becomes powerful not because the world is powerful, but we are weak. The food is not powerful. Our sense organs are weak. I know I should not eat sweet, because doctor told me that if you eat sweet, you will become sweet for others. But then I'll take injection. Cow. See? So the sweet meat doesn't tell it, please let me disappear in you. It is we. See, friend. Therefore, Atma Jnanat na bhasate. When we come to discover the self in a real way, following thing must happen. Number one, we will unload all the desires. See, if there is one desire, you cannot go to sleep. Suppose you have to catch a morning flight, 7 o'clock, 3 hours before, you have to report, 4 o'clock. So you decide that I had take 1 hour to reach the airport, so 2:30 I should get ready. So you want to sleep earlier at 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock you finish food and sleep, so that you can wake up at 2:30. 8 to 2:30, you wake up 363 times. One desire. Your night is gone. We have got only desires. Life is gone. See? Therefore, this knowledge very clearly should be experienced by us in this form. Am I carrying the load of desires as I used to carry earlier? Any desire. And the worst desire, the worst desire is to do good to the society. Never do that. The one who created the world, he knows his job. Bhagavan told, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. He will come down. Then what should we do? Uddhare datmanatmanam natmanam avasadaye. Take care of yourself. All those who are social workers, yesterday I told you, they are failures in their personal life. Therefore, they want to take the revenge on the society. Don't get lost in the social service. Social service is not spiritual life. No great master was a social worker. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, he was not a social worker. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he was not a social worker. See, friends, this social work is an escapism from one's own responsibilities without devotion to the divine. Take any great master, Tulsidas ji, whose Ramcharitmanas has survived onslaught of every kind. And it is this Ramcharitmanas which is keeping the people round the world united. He did not compose Ramcharitmanas for missionary work, so that everybody should know Lord Rama. But he very clearly told, Swantas Sukhaya Tulasi Raghunatha Gatha. Don't mix up spirituality with social work. See? Therefore, Atma Jnana Jaganna Bhasate. When you come to discover your real self, the world disappears. See? In Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna tells who is a yogi. Atmaupamena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna. Sukham va yadi va dukkham sa yogi paramo mataha. He who is able to look upon the world as his own being. See? Whenever we are happy, some good event in our life, don't we like to tell everybody? See, hey, come on, I am going to get married. Please come for my marriage. I will send you the card, but this is a personal touch, okay? Do come. And I will come with a nariyal also to hit on your head, but do come. Because I am happy, I am getting married. So when I am happy, I want everybody to know that I am happy, and they should also be happy. So they come and tell, be happy in the marriage. And then after marriage, after 2 months, then I decide I think I had done a wrong thing, because the girl whom I have seen, she is not the same one. Replacement was sent. This happens in India. So then I want to divorce. So when I want to divorce, do I take the same list? All those who attended marriage are hereby invited to join the divorce ceremony. See, friends, Atma Jnana Jaganna Bhasate. If you come to realize yourself, this world is never recognized as something other than you. And when it is not recognized other than you, you can never have any desire. Freedom from desire is God realization. Anything anybody has to do in this world, that person will only use us. Anything. Imagine, I had to build a school in Sydney. Why? For the education of our Indian Asian community. Did anybody come and approach you? No, I only thought. See, one person asked me in India, somewhere in Jaipur, Swamiji, why don't you start some school? I said, why should I start? No, Mahatma start the school. I said, look here, I am not a Mahatma, I am a CH Atma first. So I will not start. But you must start, you have got good ideas, you should start a school. I said, why should I start? You produce children, school I will start. Babysitting, forget about it. Any project, if I have on my hand, I will talk to anybody in terms of how much you can be useful for me. And when I come to know you are not useful, select, shift, delete. See, friend, this is the truth. Therefore, Atma Jnana na bhasate, Rajju ajnanat ahir bhati. When the rope is not recognized as rope, then only the snake appears. See? And the moment the rope is recognized as rope, thereafter will you investigate, by the way, where the snake must have gone. See, friends, make it clear to yourself. Unless I is perfectly established. That is why Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, Koham, Kuta Ayataha, Kame Janani Ko Me Tataha, Iti Paribhavaya, Vishwam Asaram, Tyaktva Sarvam. And he who is engaged in inquiry about one's identity, this world has no meaning at all. Prakasho me nijam rupam nati riktosmyaham tadaha yada prakashate vishwam tadaham bhase evahi. Aham me nijam rupam prakashaha. I am of the nature of absolute knowledge. Knowledge, prakasha, see, be very attentive. Prakasha or the light, it brings a very wrong understanding in our mind. By the word light, what we see, this is light. This is not light. This is the reflection of light. Sunlight is dark. What we see is the daylight. See. So when we are told here, Prakasho me nijam rupam, my essential nature is light, means what? Be attentive. This light is illumined by my eyes. So my eyes is the light which is illuminating the bulb. Then the light of my eyes illuminates the sun. If the eyes are open, then only I can see the sun. So the existence of the sun is illumined by my light. See? So my light is more powerful than the sunlight. Further, this light of the eyes is illuminated by the light of the mind. So the light of the mind is more powerful than the light of the eyes. And then the light of the mind is illuminated by the light of consciousness. And this light is not opposed to anything. This reflected light is opposed to darkness. So this light, that is what is meant. Prakasho me nijam rupam. The reflected light has the opposite. Light, darkness, joy, sorrows, gain, loss. But this light is not opposed to anything or anybody. Light is also illumined, darkness is also illumined. Prakasho me nijam rupam na atiriktaha asmi aham tataha. And this I is none other than this absolute light, the absolute knowledge. Therefore, yada prakashate vishwam tada aham bhase evahi. So whatever is seen, it is only in my light. See? Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yamagnihi tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. It is in the light of that Upanishad says. Bhagavan Krishna says, Yada nityagatam tejo jagad bhasayate khilam yat chandramasi yat chagnau tat tejo vidhi mamakam gam avishya cha bhutani dharayamyaham ojasa. So the ojas is the light because of which the earth and the ability to produce the plant kingdom is maintained. Then ultimately he says, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashritaha. So it is in my light of fire that I digest the food. He doesn't stop there, be attentive. Then he says, Mattaha Smriti Jnanam Apohanancha. In my light alone, the waking Jnanam, Smriti, dream, Apohanam, deep sleep. In my light alone, these experiences of the waking dream and the deep sleep happen. And Ahameva Vedyaha. And in this world, if there is something worthy of knowing, is this Aham. Who is this Aham? See, friends. Therefore, प्रकाशो मे निजम रूपम न अतिरिक्तः अस्मि अहम ततः यदा प्रकाशते विश्वम तदा अहम भासे एव हि. So whatever is seen, it is only in my light. If I is not there, the world doesn't exist. As in our day-to-day experiences, when in the deep sleep, I is not there, this waking world doesn't exist. See, friends. But that which exists, whether the waking world is there or not, is the eternal existence. See, friends. Who will make this statement? I had a good sleep, but sometime I had bad dreams. Who can make this statement? This statement cannot be made by a waker because he was not there in the deep sleep. This cannot be made by the waker because he was not in the dream. So there has to be some principle which was present in the deep sleep but was not sleeping, which was present in the dream but was not a dreamer, which is present in the waking but he is not a waker. The one which is appearing as waker, dreamer and the deep sleeper, like the man appearing as the son, the husband and the father, but the man is independent of these three conditioned expressions. That is our essential nature. So yada prakashate vishwam tada aham bhase eva hi. If my light is not there, the world has no existence. Aho vikalpitam vishwam ajnanat mai bhasate rupyam shukto phani rajjo vari suryakare yatha. See, it's a great wonder indeed that this world mai ajnanat eva bhasate, because of the incomplete knowledge, this world appears to be real for me. Like Rupyam Shuktau, like on the shell we imagine the silver, or in the robe we imagine the snake, or in the sun rays we imagine the mirage waters. In fact, they are not, they appear. Here there is one important principle of Vedanta. There are three things. One is existence, second is absence, third is appearance. Na sato vidyate bhavaha na bhavo vidyate sataha. That which is can never be negated. That which is not also cannot be negated. See? Then what is the third option? That which is not but which appears. That can be negated. See, this world is not absolute existence. This world is not absolute absence. This world appears under n number of conditions. Like mirage waters. If somebody comes and tells you, hey man, last night I was coming and it was so darkness, but suddenly I saw mirage waters. At night you cannot see mirage waters. No? Oh, I thought I have seen mirage waters. No, you are in hallucinations. So what is the mirage water? It appears under n number of conditions. If those conditions are not fulfilled, mirage water's appearance is impossible. If this rule is understood clearly, then waking world appears when we are identified with the body. When we are not identified with the body, waking world doesn't appear. So this waking world is an appearance. It is not the reality. And therefore it disappears. Similarly the dream. Similarly the deep sleep. And so is the samadhi. They come, stay, go. But there is one Chidakash in which everything is coming and going. And where from they come, we don't know. Where do they go, we don't know. Why? Because the clouds come from nowhere, they disappear nowhere. See, friends, if this point becomes clear in your mind, you will never ask questions. What happens after death? See, old people ask this unwanted question. Swamiji, what happens after death? Everybody will be happy. That is the only time we can make others happy. Gaya. Yad gatvanani varatante. Because of this wrong understanding that I, the soul, is real. The purpose of this philosophy, soul, is not understood clearly. It is not like a soul of a shoe. When the shoe is torn, where the soul goes? Recycled. No. When the bulb is fused, where the light goes? Into other bulb. When the pot breaks, where the pot space goes? In another pot. Soul or jiva is not individuality, it is a manifestation. Remove this wrong notion that there is one soul per head. Bhagavan clearly tells in Gita, Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. I am alone manifesting in everything. Like it is the same electrical energy expressing in every bulb. And when one bulb becomes fused, is there any loss to electrical energy? Or is the other bulbs are no more having light? So when a bulb is fused, nothing happens. In the same manner, when I will die, nothing will happen. You continue to live, the Paramatma is as it is. When the waves break, nothing happens to the waters or to the ocean or even to the wave. Because wave is never destroyed. It goes back to the same sea where from it has come. But we are so much poisoned by this thought that we are a soul, and after that, if you have done sin, you go to the hell. And after going to the hell, they will torture you. One man came and told me, Swamiji, I don't want to go to hell. I said, don't go, it's optional. We imagine hell is a place. Hell is not a place. Loka is experience. No, but I am extremely frustrated, depressed. I have done many sins. I really don't want to go to hell. I said, you will not go, I promise you. How come? Because you are already there. Hell is an experience wherein we are not happy with our own presence. Then we are in the hell. Living fearful existence is living in hell. Whenever there is a fear, we are in hell. Any moment. Because what is hell? They will be bringing bulldozers and they say, lie down. And then the bulldozer will go on. It will hurt me. No, don't worry, you will not die because this is a torture body specially manufactured for you. They call, the special body is given. And in that body you remain and suffer. And after that is done, then they will put you in a huge tank of besan with mirch masala, with a crane, and they'll take you out and there's a huge pot of oil boiling. In that they'll put you. And they'll make a huge pakoda. There it will be kept on a dining table. And all the vultures will come. And they will start biting and eating. But you will not die. This is hell? Yes. I don't want to go. Any moment of our life, we lead fearful existence. We are in hell. See, friends. Therefore, here, kalpitam is all only our imagination. It has no value. Thus come to discover your own essential nature. Matto vinirgatam vishvam mai eva layameshati mrudi kumbho jale vichi kanake katakam yatha. So this whole world is existing in me, remains in me, disappears in me. Mai eva sakalam jatam, mai sarvam pratishtitam, mai sarvam layam yati, tad brahma dvayam asvyaham. examples are given. Mrudi kumbaha, like the pot goes back to the clay, like the wave goes back to the ocean, or like the ornament goes back to the gold. In the same manner, the whole world is manifesting in me. My is the seventh case, in me, not out of me. See, the whole world is existing in me, born in me, and disappears in me. See, friends, when we thus come to discover our essential nature, then the quality of our life will be different. And what is that quality? Aho aham namo mayam vinasho nisya nasti me brahmadi stamba paryantam jagannashepi tishtataha. We'll see it tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.